Okay, on this video we're going to talk about Luke 15, the prodigal son, sections 11 through 32. And if you go and read it, it says, "And he said, there was a man who had two sons, and the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the share of the property that is coming to me. And the father divided his property between them. Not many days later, the younger son gathered all he had and took a journey into a far country, and there he squandered his property in reckless living. And when he spent everything, a severe famine arose in the country, and he began to be in need. So he went and hired himself to one of the citizens of that country, who sent him into his field to feed pigs. And he was longing to be fed with the pods that the pigs ate, and no one gave him anything. But when he came to himself, he said, How many of my father's hired servants have than enough bread, have more than enough bread, but I perish here with hunger. I will arise and go to my father, and I will say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Treat me as one of your servants. And he arose and came to his father. But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and felt compassion, and ran and embraced him and kissed him. And the son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father said to his servants, Bring quickly the best robes and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and shoes on his feet. And bring the fatted calf and kill it, and let us eat and celebrate. For this my son was dead, and is alive again. He was lost, and is found. And they began to celebrate. Now his older son was in the field, and as he came and drew near to the house, he heard music and dancing. And he called one of the servants and asked what these things meant. And he said to him, Your brother has come, and your father has killed the fatted calf, because he has received him back safe and sound. But he was angry and refused to go in. His father came out and entreated him. But he answered his father, Look, these many years I have served you, and I have never disobeyed your command. Yet you never gave me a young goat, that I might celebrate with my friends. But when the son of yours came, who has devoured your property with prostitutes, you killed the fatted calf for him? And the father said to him, Son, you are always with me, and all that is mine is yours. It was fitting to celebrate and be glad, for this your brother was dead, and is now alive. He was lost, and is now found. Okay, now what this article talks to us about is several things. Number one, God is the Father in this passage. God always loves all of us, no matter what. And when you leave and then come back to Him, yes, He does rejoice. There are a couple of things that go on here that the Catholic Church, I think, has kind of messed up on. Yes, the Father, God the Father, will always love you, no matter what you do, where you go, or who you end up becoming. He will always love you. But that doesn't mean you don't have to undo the sins that you have done. Now, I'm not some fire and brimstone person that goes, oh my gosh, you did something really bad. What this is explaining, and Luke is completely right, is that God will love you and will bring you back into the fold, no matter what you've done. But while you are there, you have to undo what you have done to other people. So if you stole from people, then now you have to give back. And uh, you can give back anyway. Um, you can help somebody emotionally, physically, spiritually, however you want to do it. God's going to give you the chance every single time to come back. But you have to make up for what you've done. And I just wanted to add a little something onto it. God doesn't care what class you are, what caste you are associated, what affiliation you hold, who you know, and how much money and fame they have or you have, where you live, what group, club, or church you are a member of, what car you own, what you buy at the grocery store, and how much prestige you have within your circle. All he cares about is how much you love him and how much you know that he loves you. And when you are going to connect with him, he will open up his arms and receive you. The Christian church is right in a way, but wrong in a way. God will love you no matter what, but he won't forgive what you've done. And the only way to completely be one with him is that you need to forgive yourself, realize what you've done, make up for what you've done, and then you won't have any guilt, any problems with your ego and your id, and you will be completely happy with yourself. And God will accept you back into his heaven, into the kingdom. And that's what this passage and what God is all about. See you later.